Welcome back to my YouTube channel WC Coins World. Today we are going to dive deep into the story of the 1939 wheat penny. 1 cent coin. This coin might look small and simple, but it carries within it a wealth of history, design, artistry, and cultural significance. And when we unfold its story, we find ourselves moving across decades of American life, its politics, its economy, and its legacy of coinage that collectors around the world admire. The Wheat Penny series began in 1909 to honor the centennial anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it replaced the Indian head cent that had circulated since 1859. The United States Mint wanted a coin that would symbolize progress and unity, while paying tribute to one of the greatest leaders in American history, the man who preserved the Union and ended slavery. The designer, Victor David Brenner, was chosen to create the new coin that would carry Lincoln's image. When the first Lincoln cents appeared in 1909, it was the first time in U.S. history that a regular issue coin bore the portrait of a real person. This was a groundbreaking change, as before coins carried symbolic figures like liberty, but never the face of an actual historical figure. This new cent was well received by the public, and it quickly became a staple in everyday transactions. The wheat stalks on the reverse added a simple yet meaningful touch, representing prosperity, agriculture, and the foundation of the nation. By 1939, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for 3 decades, and it had become one of the most recognized coins in the United States. The 1939 wheat penny is part of this long-running series, and it came at a time when the nation was still feeling the lingering effects of the Great Depression, while also witnessing the rise of conflict in Europe that would eventually escalate into World War II. Coins from this period give us a snapshot of that critical moment in history. The reverse design of the 1939 wheat penny features Abraham Lincoln facing to the right with the motto, "In God We Trust," above his head, the word liberty on the left side, and the year 1939 on the right side, along with a mint mark if present. This design had remained consistent since 1909, and it clearly conveyed the dignity, strength, and unwavering devotion of Lincoln, who was still revered as a symbol of unity, strength, and selfless sacrifice for the betterment of society. On the reverse side of the coin features the familiar 2 wheat stalks that adorning the words 1 cent and the United States of America at the top. The Latin motto, E pluribus unum, is present on this side, with the translation to out of many, one. This phrase captured the essence of unity in diversity, which was particularly crucial during challenging times. The wheat stalks themselves served as a symbol of growth, hard work, and prosperity. Furthermore, they contributed to the coin's popular nickname, known as the wheat penny. The 1939 wheat penny was minted at 3 locations: the Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark; the Denver Mint, which struck coins with a small d mint mark; and the San Francisco Mint, which used an S mint mark. Each of these mints had different production totals, and the availability of these coins in high grades varies today, which is why mint marks are so important to collectors. Philadelphia, as the primary mint, produced the largest number of 1939 pennies. These coins are common in circulation and can still be found in collections and rolls today because of their massive mintage. While they are not considered rare in circulated condition, they become much more desirable when preserved in mint state with sharp details and original red copper color. The Denver Mint contributed a significant number of 1939 pennies with the D mint mark. These coins were heavily used in commerce throughout the western United States, and because of that, many were worn down quickly, making high-grade survivors more valuable. Today, the Denver issues are an important part of completing a set of 1939 pennies, and they are highly sought after in uncirculated condition. The San Francisco Mint also played a role in 1939 by producing the S mint marked wheat penny. Compared to Philadelphia and Denver, San Francisco's mintage totals were often smaller, which makes these coins scarcer in certain grades. While circulated examples are fairly easy to obtain, collectors prize uncirculated Red examples of the 1939 penny, and these can command significant premiums at auctions and coin shows. The composition of the 1939 wheat penny followed the same alloy that had been used since 1909, 95% copper, with the remaining 5% consisting of tin and zinc. This gave the coin its bright reddish color when newly struck. Over time, however, the copper reacted with air and handling, causing the coin to change color. Collectors classify wheat pennies by color categories: red, brown, or brown, with red coins being the most valuable because they show the coin as it appeared when it first left the mint. In further examining the intricate details of the design, we can truly appreciate the exceptional artistry displayed by Victor David Brenner on the obverse side of Lincoln's portrait. This image features a highly detailed portrayal of Lincoln, with a strong emphasis on his facial features. His iconic beard, representing thoughtfulness and national identity, has endured over time, reminding us of the U.S.'s unwavering commitment. On the opposite side, the simplistic design carries significant weight. The wheat stalks represent America's agricultural heritage, emphasizing growth, stability, and prosperity. This innovative representation highlights the crucial role of agriculture in shaping the country and its strong connection to the land. In the Lincoln $50 design exhibits both elegance and history, preserving the iconic American coinage legacy. The year 1939 itself was historically significant around the world. In Europe, World War II officially began with the invasion of Poland by Germany, while the United States remained neutral at that time. The global situation was tense, and many Americans were aware that the nation might eventually be drawn into the conflict. The coins circulating in 1939, including the wheat penny, were carried in the pockets of citizens living through those uncertain times. From an economic standpoint, the United States in 1939 was still recovering from the Great Depression, though conditions had improved. Since the early 1930s, everyday items were inexpensive by modern standards, but a single cent still had real purchasing power. Pennies could buy newspapers, chewing gum, or small candies, which made the wheat cent an important part of daily commerce. The mint marks of 1939 provide us with a geographical map of American coin distribution. Philadelphia coins circulated heavily in the eastern United States. Denver coins were more common in the Midwest and western states, and San Francisco coins dominated along the Pacific coast for collectors. Today, finding each mint mark from 1939 is essential for building a complete set of Lincoln cents. One reason collectors prize the 1939 wheat penny is because it represents a middle period in the wheat cent series. It is not an early rarity like the 1909 SVDB, and it is not a wartime issue like the 1943 steel cent. Instead, it belongs to the era just before the United States entered World War II, which gives it a quiet, historical charm. Coins from this year reflect the calm before the storm. Era coins from 1939 add another layer of excitement for collectors. During production, mistakes sometimes occurred, resulting in doubled die varieties, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. While not as famous as some other era years, the 1939 pennies with such mistakes can be worth much more than regular issues. Depending on rarity and condition, these varieties keep collectors searching rolls and collections in hopes of a discovery. The overall mintage for 1939 wheat pennies was high, with hundreds of millions struck across all three mints. This ensured that they were widely available for daily use and explains why circulated examples are not rare today. However, despite the high numbers, finding coins in pristine mint state condition is far more difficult because most were used heavily in commerce or stored improperly over the decades. Grading is an essential factor when determining the value of a 1939 wheat penny coin. These coins are typically evaluated based on the extent of their wear, the strike color, and the overall eye appeal. Grades range from poor for heavily worn pieces through fair to mint state grades for uncirculated coins. Even among mint state coins, those that retain a full, bright red color are the most highly prized, as they show the coin as it originally appeared more than 80 years ago. For new collectors, the 1939 wheat penny offers an affordable entry point into the world of numismatics circulated. Examples can often be purchased at modest prices while uncirculated coins provide a more advanced challenge. This makes the 1939 penny a great educational coin because it teaches collectors about mint, marks design details, history, and grading without requiring a massive financial investment. Experienced collectors often include the 1939 wheat penny as part of complete Lincoln cent sets spanning from 1909 to 1958. Building such a collection can be a lifelong journey as it involves tracking down coins from all mints and all years, including rare key dates like the 1914D or the 1931S. While the 1939 issues are not the rarest, they are essential to filling the middle years of the set. The story of the 1939 wheat penny is not only about mintage numbers and mint marks, but also about the people who used it. Millions of Americans in 1939 carried these coins to buy their daily bread, pay for transportation, or save for small luxuries. These pennies changed hands in factories, schools, farms, and shops, reflecting the daily life of an era now long past. When we look at a 1939 wheat penny today, we hold in our hands a piece of that history. Its copper surface may be worn or discolored, but it carries the silent memory of the hands that once used it and the events that unfolded during its time in circulation. This is part of what makes coin collecting so fascinating. Each coin tells a story far greater than its face value. The 1939 wheat penny also marks a period of technological improvement in minting practices. The dies were becoming sharper and more consistent, resulting in coins with finer details than earlier issues. Collectors today can appreciate strong strikes that show all the wheat lines on the reverse and clear definition in Lincoln's hair on the obverse. These are signs of quality that increase a coin's desirability. Another element that adds interest to the 1939 penny is its connection to the broader history of American coinage. The Lincoln cent has now become the longest running design in U.S. coin history, lasting for more than a century. The 1939 issue sits in the middle of this legacy, linking the early years of the wheat cent with the later years that would eventually transition to the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. The historical context of 1939 is absolutely essential for gaining a deeper understanding and appreciation of this coin, as the world was foundering towards the brink of global war, with the United States opting for a cautiously neutral stance, yet already starting to prepare various industries for the potential involvement they might encounter. It is quite possible that a penny found its way into your pocket during that time, potentially being used by a factory worker, a farmer, or even a child attending school to buy a comic book. While everything around them was rapidly undergoing changes, the world was indeed evolving in unimaginable ways. To sum it up, understanding the historical context of 1939 is crucial for appreciating the significance of this coin in our lives today. It offers us a completely fresh perspective on the world, the events that unfolded during those times, and how the penny, among other aspects of our lives, played a role in shaping our present circumstances. Collectors today assign special significance to coins like the 1939 penny because they act as time capsules. The copper composition reminds us of an era before wartime shortages led to changes like the steel cents of 1943, and the design connects us with Lincoln's enduring legacy. Every detail on the coin tells us something about the values and priorities of the nation at that time. Assembling a full set of Lincoln cents that includes the 1939 issue can be both rewarding and educational. Along the way, collectors learn about mint's errors, history, and grading. The 1939 penny helps bridge the gap between the Great Depression years and the wartime coinage years, making it an important link in the broader series. Market values for the 1939 penny depend heavily on condition. While common and circulated grades, higher-end examples can be worth much more, especially when certified by professional grading services. Auctions have shown that fully red mint state coins from 1939 can reach impressive prices because of their rarity in such condition. The fascination with the 1939 wheat penny continues to this day because it embodies everything collectors love about coins it has: history, design, significance, mint mark, variety, error, potential, and affordability. It appeals to beginners and advanced numismatists alike, and it holds a permanent place in the story of American coinage, whether found in a collection inherited from a relative, discovered in a roll of pennies, or purchased at a coin show. The 1939 wheat penny always sparks curiosity. Its simple design belies the richness of its history, and every collector who holds one becomes part of its continuing journey across time. By studying and appreciating coins like the 1939 wheat penny, we not only gain knowledge about minting techniques and economic history, but we also develop a deeper connection to the people and events of the past. Coins are small but powerful storytellers, and this particular penny carries the story of America on the brink of monumental change. The 1939 wheat penny may not be the rarest or the most expensive coin in the Lincoln cent series, but it remains a cornerstone for collectors and historians alike. It represents a time of transition, resilience, and quiet strength, and for those who appreciate the art and history of numismatics, it offers endless fascination. A 1939 wheat penny's journey from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, reaching ordinary citizens in historical significance, eventually becoming a collector's piece, preserving America's story in copper.